I told you never say anything.
I can show you guys videos later on what the game was.
I had to sit down because my feet hurt so bad.
I remember shooting the very first episode, and I think they even have them on the outtakes. Don't you love those outtakes? I could not get my scene right. I couldn't get it right. I think we must have shot it at least 25, 30 times. It was the most embarrassing thing. But it was great. It was just trying to shake off the nerves. I had a great time, and I'm glad that we moved on from there. It was hard in the beginning to adjust, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you.
May I have your attention, please? At 4 o'clock, 10 minutes from now, in channel room 107, channel room 106, SCD emergency.
First again. I had a great time on Power Rangers. I really did. There were very many moments. But we had a lot. He's not even looking. I had a lot of fun, so it was a blessing for me.
Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, I did a guest appearance on Masked Rider, the other Saban show before. I was the voice of the Phantom Ranger, but I was the voice of the Ranger, so I could come in like late at night. Scott would I'd show up at like 10:30 and hi, Rangers, follow me, and then I'd run in, and that was it. So it was a blast. No hair, no makeup, no blocking, no real direct. Well, there was directing, but you know, it was a blast.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. I think after a couple trips to the hospital, you shake it off and you get right back in and do it over again. It was great. I loved it. It brought me over here. I was only 20 when I came over here. I'm old now. No, it was such a blessing to be on the show, and I don't think, for me, I realized how good it was until it was over. So.
Yeah, I picked you up from the airport, as a matter of fact, because I was still part of the crew at that time. You know, when you're in the film industry, this was a 6-month job for me that turned into 6 years, and then all the residual years after that. So it was just a wonderful time. I have no regrets, and it was a lot of fun.
I loved it. I got to tell all these guys what to do, have a great time. We had so much fun at my end of it. I did 500 episodes of Power Rangers, 100 of Beetleborgs, 100 of VR Troopers, 50 Masked Riders, 50 Mystic Knights of Chernog. Do we do any other ones? Yeah. It's been really high. One of those. And Digimon. Actually, Digimon started there, and I was supposed to direct those, but I was doing too many shows. I told them I couldn't do it, so I lucked out on that one.
Yeah, Digimon! Yeah.
No. He directed me to say no, I hate it. Did you see the director? What happens? No. It was... No, I hate it. No, and of course, man, I mean, I wouldn't be here. You know, I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it, to be honest with you. I got businesses and I got other stuff, and I'm here for the fans, and, you know, honestly, I'm excited to see the fans. I see a lot of fans that's been around the AFO. I haven't seen these guys forever. Like, you know, I mean, I've seen Steve a couple times. I haven't really seen Blake, everybody I haven't seen in a very long time. So coming here was like, oh yeah, well yeah, dude, you grew up, you know. It's like, I'm Blake, I'm Justin, play Blake, what? Really? I mean, if you look at the picture, you know, and then he's like grown up, man. You know, crazy. But anyway, I enjoy it a lot and stuff. Hey, he needs to wake up. Someone made him go to sleep. It was probably me. This is the Power Ranger convention. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. All right, let him sleep. Just let him sleep. No, I had a good time, of course. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it was fun, you know. I mean, I was just a kid from Texas who went to an audition. There was like, I don't know, it was like 4,000 people there at that audition when I went. And I never thought that I'd ever get a call back. And they called me back and they're like, you know, hey, we want to fly you to California to meet everybody. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be here either if it wasn't
Who in here wouldn't want to be a Power Ranger? I mean, you don't want to be a Power Ranger? Yes. Come up here, come up to the front.
No, he said wouldn't, he said would not. This was not an open audition, but thank you.
Very good memory. I'm impressed. Thank you. No, I was not Ashley at the time. I was just hanging around and happened to be there, and the rest is history. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Great memory. Thank you for the question.
Next question. All right. Here's the practice.
They usually involve Jason, so. Okay, I'll tell you my best one. There was an episode, you guys probably mostly remember this, some Western episode, and the end of the scene, and everyone had a laugh riding their horse off in the West. Ha ha ha, laugh for a ranger. Well, the first person in was, I don't know if I should tell this story. David Yost was the first person in, and he was in the mood, and he didn't want to do it, so he took his headphones off. He goes, I'm not doing this, but the other guys do it, and threw him down. Well, we recorded that. And we played it back for the other Rangers. So everybody put a comment, and we have like at one point I had like a 10-minute reel of every monster and every Ranger saying, well, if David's not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And so I had about 15 people doing it. I finally brought David back to the city and said, dude, take a listen to this. Because he was being a little cranky that day, shall we say. And so he listened to it and he goes, okay, I'm sorry. Finally got it. You got it a minute.
That was a job, people. That was a professional. That was a job. That was a professional, like, just...
Let me change the question. What did Jason do to you?
This story is just coming to my head because I'm looking at his yin-yang tattoo. And we were shooting the movie, and we were in San Pedro, and the producers decided they did not want to pay for my hair and makeup, and Jason was like, I don't think so. So we were on this boat, the pirate ship, and he was like standing there like this, so his tattoo was like right on the camera, and we were all like, we messed all our hair up and everything, and they used the shot. That's the funniest part of all. It's crazy. There's many of stories of many. We can't even talk about them.
You guys have such short memories. I'm getting emails. Scott, we're dead.
Next question.
I remember we were in San Pedro, and we had worked a very, very long day. And, should I not talk about them? Well, yeah, this is real. It was a very, very long day, and production didn't want to pay for us to have a hotel room, because we had to come back at 5 o'clock the next morning. We finished like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And at that time, I was a little broke. And actually, I think Johnny was too. So Kat and Jason and Kat paid for a room for us to stay the night so that we wouldn't have to travel all the way back to Los Angeles and come back in 3 hours. So that's one experience that we had.
That's not a good. That is a good story. Jason was very nice. He was like, he could have been like, oh, pay for it. That's all. He was nice. It's not the party, wasn't it? It was really fun going to Tennessee, but I, at one point, wasn't feeling so good, and they did not have trailers for Jason and I for the waterfall part. And I was lying in the car, and I was not feeling good, and I'm lying there with my eyes closed, and I open my eyes, and there's this face in the window, and he's got like a scare. It was a little bit scary face, and he's like, "I think guitar! I think guitar!" It was just some guy. He stumbled in on the set, and he was like, "Look at me! He was like from the movie Deliverance. Have you ever seen it? It's a little frightening. Yeah. And then when we did the, we had some weird people. Oh, he gave her his gum out of his mouth. That's right. She took it. Ooh. That was a weird place. We were in a creepy part of the world. And then when we were shooting all the rapid scenes and everything, it was freezing cold, and it was a little rugged, but it was fun when you look back on it, but in the moment it wasn't so fun.
I'm sure that gum's on eBay now.
Oh, boy.
That's not the movie, but the whatever.
That's easy one. Jason did with Frank. The easiest thing to do. I think like the most difficult. Oh yeah, sure. Having to do the splits in the movie, that was difficult. To have to stay there for like a couple hours actually in that splits, like filming it, and they had this wire underneath me. That was right underneath me with the little spear attached to it, and it was like, they were flying that wire in right by my tenders. It was scary. So anyway.
Next question. Lightning round. Hurry.
Did you roll with a hat? Yeah, I was curious.
I would come back for an episode if they asked me, but they probably won't. But I didn't really hurt my back, you know that, right? I moved on. I was like ready to move on, so they Blake had to replace me. So that's what happened with that. They just wrote that for the script. So yeah, really. It's Morphicon time.
I'm gonna turn this off now.